Okay, let's see. I believe we are live. Got to get that oily skin today here in Arizona. All right, so we are live here in the Facebook group. Let's also go live here on IG. Let's go here on live on IG. Let's see. We're going to go live here on checking connection. We're going to go live here on TikTok. Going to go live here on TikTok, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we are going live today a little bit earlier than normal. Typically on Tuesdays, I go live with a subject matter training on all, 7 of the platforms that we have followers on to do like a 20 to 30 minute training on like a specific subject. I will be on a plane today headed to a keynote that I'm doing for a big real estate company in Tampa Bay, Florida tomorrow. So I'll be on a plane. So I decided to come early for you. I didn't want you to think I didn't love you guys. So I came in here a little bit early to the office. I've got about 15 to 18 minutes, and then I've got a freaking jet to catch my flight here. All right. Now, what we're going to do today is, how many of you get A-type personalities? How many of you get A-type personalities? And when you're talking with them, you're asking them really good questions, but they just don't open up to you. It's like they hold all their problems. They hold it to their chest. They stay surface level with you. Even the very best questions you've learned how to ask, maybe you're even one of our clients that you've learned NEPQ, and they're just staying surface level, and they're giving you like 2 or 3 or 4 word answers, and they've stayed surface level. And then at the end, what objections do you typically get if your prospect stays surface level with you? Because you know what's going to happen. Let's all be real here. Now we're going live here on the TikTok phone. We're going here on the IG phone. Love you guys on IG as well. We're going live here in our Facebook group, Sales Revolution. Got about 40,000 of you in there. We're going live here in the Facebook business page. Got about 90,000 of you on there. Going live on the YouTube channel, LinkedIn as well. All right. We got about 250,000 now on IG. You guys are growing quickly. And I don't know how many we have on TikTok. Maybe 70,000, 60, 70,000. I'm not sure. All right. So, if the prospect you're talking to stays surface level with you the entire conversation, what objections are you going to get at the end? You know what? I need some time to think about it. I don't make rash decisions like this. I need to talk with my business partners if you sell B2B. We need to talk with the board more if you sell B2C. I need to talk with my spouse. I need to talk with my CPA. I need to talk with my uncle who lives in a van down by the river. I need to get more quotes. I need to do more research. I need to blah, 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 blah. And pretty much 95% of those sales, you never make. So what can you say or ask? Let's say you're halfway through that conversation and they're just not opening up to you. What is a technique that you can actually use to get the prospect to actually open up to you? Now, I'm going to show you a couple different techniques, and I want you to write this down. All right. Now I'm going to do this over here on the board. So IG, I'm going to move you guys over here so you guys can see this a little bit better. Will that work, Blake, right there? They see that pretty good over there? Yeah, I think I've got it there. Hopefully they can see that. We'll see what happens. All right. Now, I'm going to show you this. Write this down as quick as you can because I don't have a ton of time. Now, I'm going to give you a few generic examples, and then I'm going to give you generic examples so you can plug in what you sell. Now, we train, just so you know, we train 158 different industries, including yours watching me here right now. Okay. According to Forbes, there's actually only 158 industries. I didn't know that. There's subsets of those, and we're in all of those as well. So I'm going to show you some generic versions that you can copy and paste and plug in. And then I'm going to show you 3 or 4 different versions. I'm going to give you a couple B2C examples, couple B2B examples, so you can kind of see in your mind and then apply what you have. Now, you want to acquire these type of skills because what we give you here in these little lives, once we get what we give you in the reels, they're very basic. They're like little nibbles we give out. They're like little hors d'oeuvres, okay? Imagine a 110,000 square piece puzzle. On these lives and reels, I'm giving you like one piece of the 110,512 piece puzzle, okay? So imagine what happens once you learn everything. Well, you'll make 5 times more than what you are now. I can pretty much assure you of that because I can guarantee you we have clients that sell what you do right now that are making 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 times more than what you are now. And it's not because they're cooler or wear cool clothes or just have, a really good nose. It's because they have acquired skills that work with human behavior, whereas you're still using skills that are triggering sales resistance and working against human behavior. Now, it's not your fault because that's what you were forced to learn, but it is your problem, right? Okay, so how do we do this? So we're going to lean in. Now, a lot of it is in your tone, okay? Because I can say what's here on the board in a stern, weird tone, and it's not going to come out right. But you're going to lean in. Let's say you can't say this in the first 10 seconds because there's no trust or credibility yet. But let's say halfway through the conversation, they're just not opening up. They're not telling you what their problems are, their challenges are. So you lean in and hear my tonality. You're going to say it like this. Amy, between you and I and off the record, what's the main reason why you're looking to? And then you repeat back the end result. Okay, whatever that is for your industry. Let me do it again for you. You're going to lean in. It's important that you lean in. If you stand straight up like a robot and say, John, between you and I and off the record, what's the main reason why you're looking to possibly, well, that's not going to do it. But you lean in, hear my tone, hear the empathy, the concern in my tone. Do you see the difference there? Okay, watch this. Sandra, between you and I and off the record, what's the main reason why you're looking to? And then you're going to repeat back the end result. Okay. Now, let me show you a few other examples here. Okay. Here's a generic version. Let's say you get to the end of the conversation. Now, it's important to say off the record. When you say off the record, it's like a journalist interviewing somebody and they say, hey, off the record, and we're going to turn off the recording, off the record, and then that person getting interviewed opens up more because it's not on the record. It's not real, right? Okay. All right. Now, let's say you get to the end of your sales process and the prospect says, I want to think it over. You're not one of our clients, so you have no idea how to prevent that objection yet, which you might want to learn how to prevent that. It's a lot easier to sell. Or let's say that you do everything you can and you still can't overcome that. Here's your last ditch resort. And this is a generic version, not industry specific, okay? John, between you and I and off the record, what's really holding you back from moving forward so that you can? Now, Amy, between you and I and off the record, what's really holding you back from moving forward so that you can? And then you're going to repeat back what they said they wanted, okay? And watch how they just let their guard down. Well, Jeremy, I just have a concern about this, or I'm not sure about this. Okay. All right. We got to hurry. Blake is telling me that we have to leave here in 9 minutes or we're going to miss the flight. All right. Let me give you a few industry specific examples. I just wrote this because I'm training a huge real estate wholesaling company tomorrow in Tampa Bay at a keynote. So I thought I'd give you one for that. All right. Notice how it doesn't matter what it is here. John, between you and I and off the record, what's the main reason why you're looking to possibly sell the property? Notice my tone. Between you and I and off the record, what's the real reason you're looking to possibly sell the home? All right, see how we're doing that? Let me give you a couple other industry specifics. Let's say if you sold life insurance or mortgage protection, we train tens of thousands in that industry as well. John, between you and I and off the record, what's the main reason you're looking for more financial protection for the family? See how I did that? Lowered my voice. It's all in the voice too, all right? Let's say if you sold cars, trained thousands in that industry too. John, between you and I and off the record, what's the main reason you're looking for a newer car rather than just keeping the Honda that you have now? Okay, see how that works? Okay, solar. Let's say if you sell solar, we said train thousands in that space too. John, between you and I and off the record, what's the real reason you're looking at possibly going solar rather than having to keep paying for all the rate hikes from Duke Energy? See how that is? Same thing, okay? It's humanizing the sales conversation. Let's say if you're in B2B sales, let's say you sell medical device sales and you're talking to a hospital or a doctor. Dr. Jones, between you and I and off the record, what's the main reason you're looking to reduce your operative time? If that's what you solved, okay? Buy your knee implant, let's just say that. Let's say if you sold SaaS, okay, to companies. to help them recruit better truck drivers. I'm just randomly throwing something out. We train thousands in that space too. See, it doesn't matter what you're in. We train everybody at this point. All right. John, between you and I and off the record, what's the main reason you're looking for more effective ways to recruit better drivers? Okay. Notice my tone. Okay. I work at Honda and sell cars. Thanks for giving that example. Okay. Sorry about that, brother. You know what I mean? Just plug in some. What's the main reason why you're looking for a newer Honda rather than just driving the Kia that you have now? There you go, Bunny0605. All right, perfect. So you can substitute that. Here's a generic version. Okay. John, between you and I and off the record, what's the main problem that you guys are having right now? See, that's just a generic one. Between you and I and off the record, between you and I and do this. When you say off the record, do this, even if you're on the phone, because it affects your what? Your tonality. Okay. But especially if they see you between you and I and off the record, what's the main challenges that you guys are having right now? Okay. See how you do that? All right. That's a generic version. Generic. All right. That's to get people to open up. What's the best context for this? To get people to open up. Let's say you're halfway through the conversation and they're not opening up. How are you going to get them to open up? All right. All right. Here's another generic version. No, here's a generic version for solar. John, between you and I and off the record, what's really holding you back so that you can, what's really holding you back from moving forward so you can stop paying these rate hikes to Duke they're forcing you to pay, or whatever energy company that you're competing against? I don't know. All right. Here's another one. Let's say it's for wholesale. John, between you and I and off the record, what's really holding you back from selling the property so you don't go into foreclosure and your credit gets destroyed? See how I'm doing that? It doesn't matter the industry. I could literally do this for every industry on planet Earth, which we do. All right. Let's say if you sold B2B business consulting or data services, you help companies get the right data so they can scale their companies. John, between you and I and off the record, what's really holding you back so you can have the right tools in place to measure data so you can scale the company? What's really holding you back from moving forward so you can really start measuring data so you guys can scale? All right. I'd love to give you more examples, but I have to catch a flight to my keynote in Tampa. Now, if you want to start acquiring, because this is just basic stuff that I just showed you right there, it's just a little nibble. Okay. If you want to start making your first 10 grand a month in commissions with what you sell right now, every month. If you want to start making 15,000 every single month in commissions, let's say that you want to start making 20,000 a month in commissions in your industry, or 30,000 a month in your commissions. Let's say you're already making 30. Well, do you want to have the skill sets to now start making 40 or 50 or 60,000 a month in commissions in your industry? Because I can assure you, we are training salespeople in your same industry that make that amount of commissions every frigging month. Okay. So if you want to acquire those skills that work with human behavior rather than work against it, message me directly right now. If you're on IG, message me directly right now. If you're on TikTok, message me directly right now. If you're in the Facebook group, Sales Revolution, or LinkedIn, or the Facebook business page, or my Facebook, message me directly right now. You don't have to keep getting slapped in the face and punched in the nose by your prospects just because you don't know what to say and ask that trigger them to want to engage and open up to you. Once you learn what we show you that our clients have learned, that's why we have over 11,000 testimonials in 2.5 years. There's no other sales training company on planet Earth that has that. And most of them have been in business 5 times longer than we have. There's some companies that have been since the 70s that don't have the testimonials we have in the first 3.5 years of our company existing. So you want to acquire those skills, message me directly right now. If you're on YouTube, you have to post hashtag NEPQ. And if you're an old guy like me and you can't figure out social media, if you can't figure out how to go and message me personally, then just post hashtag NEPQ, post hashtag NEPQ, and either myself or one of my surrogates, one of my stunt doubles will message you back so you know the training options that we have for your industry so you can sell more. Okay. Love, peace, all of you. We won't have a live tomorrow inside the Facebook group. I'll be up on stage in Tampa Bay. We will have a live in our Facebook group where I answer your questions only in our Facebook group on Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern. So if you're on IG, and LinkedIn and YouTube and TikTok, and you're not in our Facebook group, we're going to give you the link. I'm going to have somebody post that in there. Maybe Felicia, Val, if you guys could post that. Go to salesrevolution.pro. So go to sales. I think, Sam, looking good. Thank you very much. All right. Miss Spain, thank you for your comments. Salesrevolution.pro. So go to enjoy our free state of Florida. I will, Nicole. Thank you. All right. So go to salesrevolution.pro. That is the Facebook group, salesrevolution.pro. I don't know where my team's at. They're probably working hard. salesrevolution.pro. I'm going to type it in here. salesrevolution.pro. salesrevolution.pro. That is your last time. So go to salesrevolution.pro. You should come to Puerto Rico. Well, maybe I will. Maybe I will. Go to salesrevolution.pro. Okay, guys, love you. I will see you on Thursday when I'm back in action. Thanks, everybody. Hope that little nibble helped you a little bit today. See you on Friday. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, TikTok, salesrevolution.pro. Okay, Facebook group, YouTube, LinkedIn. Love you guys. Go to salesrevolution.pro. We'll see you soon. Should come to Fort Worth.